Hi, so today we're going to be learning about exemption from attendance of the Nigerian Law School. Now, of course, if a person wants to practice in the Nigerian bar, one of the requirements is that the attend the Nigerian Law School and pass and then called to the bar by the body of benches. But there are certain persons who may be exempted from attending the Nigerian law school and would still be entitled to practice in the Nigerian bar. Now, who are those persons? Now, you see that we have two exemptions. We have a partial exemption and we have a full exemption from attendance at the Nigerian law school. Now, the partial exemption would would have a person be exempted from doing the bar part one course, while the full exemption would exempt a person from doing both the Bar Part 1 and Bar Part 2 programs. Now, the Bar Part 1 program, of course, is a program for candidates who studied overseas and who have come to qualify for the Nigerian bar. So the partial exemption would mean that such persons would not need to do the Bar Part 1 program, while the full exemption, of course, means a person does not do the Bar Part 1 or Bar Part 2 programs. Now, who qualifies for the partial exemption? Now, the persons who qualify for the bar for the partial exemption from bar part one are as follows: candidates who are graduates from common law jurisdictions and who have been teaching law in a faculty of law in a Nigerian university for not less than 5 years. All right, graduates from common law jurisdictions who have been teaching law in a faculty of law in Nigerian university for not less than 5 years. So that would mean if a person, for instance, studied in England and studied their law degree in England, and they have returned to Nigeria and maybe have been teaching law, let's say, in the Faculty of Law in the University of Lagos for 6, 7 years, then they would not need to do the Bar Part 1 program. They would just proceed to do the Bar Part 2 program. And then we also have graduates from non-common law jurisdictions who have taught law in a Faculty of Law at a Nigerian university for not less than 10 years. So if you have a person, for instance, who studied law, let's say in France, France is not a common law jurisdiction, and who have returned to Nigeria and have been teaching law in the Faculty of Law, let's say in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, for 12 years, then they would not need to go through the Bar Part 1 program in the Nigerian Law School. So those are the two sets of candidates who have the partial exemption from attending Bar Part 1. And then for the full exemption, the persons who would be exempt would be persons who meet the following criteria. One, the person must be a Nigerian citizen. That's the first criteria. And then secondly, the person must be qualified to be admitted to the Nigerian Law School, but lost the opportunity for reasons beyond their control. This is someone who was qualified to attend the Nigerian Law School, but due to extenuating factors or reasons, and were unable to. All right. There is no strict definition around what those circumstances could mean, but it could be anything, maybe a health crisis or some financial trouble or any such thing, which could be something beyond their control, which prevented them from attending. And then the third criteria is that the person must have been trained on the qualifying courses for the Nigerian Law School. So the person has received training on those qualifying courses for the Nigerian Law School. All right. Those are the criteria that the person must meet to qualify for a full exemption from attending the Nigerian Law School program. So those are the two sets of persons who enjoy exemption, both the partial exemption and the full exemption. I hope you've learned something today. I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.